What's good, YouTube? It's your boy D-Riff. Hey, today we got another special video. Today we're going to react to what happened to the children of dead wrestlers. My bad, bro. My bad. Today I'm recording this. I am a little sick. I got a little cold, all right? So cut me some slack. Look, first time coming across the channel, make sure y'all go ahead and hit the thumbs up and make sure y'all subscribe. Because your boy is almost at 5K, and I would like to hit 5K before New Year's. I know y'all can do it because y'all have done it before. We get 5K before New Year's. We'll step foot in the actual ring, do some actual training. I'm going to keep saying that. But look, I really appreciate y'all. We've been going crazy. Like, crazy. Like it's mind-blowing. So keep doing what y'all been doing. Really appreciate y'all. But look, without further ado, let's look at these children of wrestlers who passed away.
Wrestling matches may be predetermined, but the sport has claimed a lot of lives. Like any death, many people are affected, and some that are the most impacted are the children. So what happened to the kids of wrestlers who died young? Let's begin with Umaga. While his WWE career only lasted about 3 years, the Samoan Bulldozer accomplished a lot in that time and made a name for himself. In June 2009, Umaga was released from his WWE contract. About 6 months later, tragedy struck. Umaga's wife found him unconscious at their home. He was rushed to the hospital where he passed away. The cause of death being...
The crazy thing about this one, like, yeah, rest in peace, Umaga, right? But I didn't even know he had passed away. Like, I was watching wrestling a lot growing up, and I didn't even know he passed away. I don't remember them having, like, any, like, special bell ringing, you know, for him, moment of silence for him or anything. If they did, I don't remember. But literally, I didn't know he passed away because we always used, you know how it is growing up. I mean, if you grew up with Umaga around, you used to always say, "Oh, you look like Umaga" or something like that, you know? We always used to make jokes about it. And then one of my friends was like, "You know Umaga died, right?" This was after a while. I was like, "No, I didn't know he died." And I looked it up, and it said he died. And I was like, "Dang, bro, I didn't even know he was dead this whole time." So, yeah. Rest in peace, Umaga. His son, I think his son just got signed by WWE, if I'm not mistaken. But his son is wrestling. So... pretty dope.
2 heart attacks. Umaga not only left behind a wife, but 4 children, and unfortunately, his family fell into poverty. This led to Umaga's son, Isaiah Fatu, getting arrested at the age of 15 for aggravated robbery. He ended up getting put behind bars and spent 6 years in prison. In March 2022, Isaiah was released and thankfully turned his life around. He became Muslim and is now following in his father's footsteps. In December 2020, Isaiah started training at Booker T's school, Reality of Wrestling. Then, in June 2023, the 4th generation wrestler made his debut as Zilla Fatu. Isaiah also paid tribute to his late father by using Umaga's signature.
Hey, yes sir.
Getting the power.
Not many people know this, but Andre the Giant had a child. Robin Christensen Rusimov was born in 1979. While Robin did have regular contact with her father, she only got to see him 5 times in her entire life.
I thought it was a little boy until it said daughter.
Andre the Giant had a child. Robin Christensen Rusimov was born in 1979. While Robin did have regular...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it says... What's his last name? His last name was Christensen? I don't know. What? I just knew him as Andre the Giant.
Contact with her father, she only got to see him 5 times in her entire life. This was partially due to the strained relationship between Andre and Robin's mother. Despite this, Andre did his best to give his daughter the best life possible by paying child support and setting up a trust fund for her. Today, Robin lives in Seattle, Washington, and while she has never been involved
But she don't look nothing like him now. She used to look like him back when she was younger.
in wrestling, she does look after her father's legacy. Anytime Andre the Giant's likeness or name is used in anything, Robin has a say and also gets royalties from it. Most recently, she's been consulting on an Andre the Giant biopic. Unlike everyone else you'll hear about in this video, Chris Benoit is actually responsible for the death of one of his children. In June 2007, the former world champion killed his wife and 7-year-old son.
I used to love Chris Benoit too, bro.
And then took his own. However, Benoit had 2 children from a previous marriage, David, who was 14, and Megan, who was 10. After Chris Benoit's death, both continued to live with their biological mother in Edmonton, Alberta. After staying out of the public eye for over a decade, David Benoit became more public, doing interviews and appearing at wrestling shows. He discussed interest in training and was even booked to be in a match. Currently, David is in Edmonton working in the oil industry. Chris Benoit's daughter, Megan, has been a lot more quiet though. In fact, it wasn't until 2023 2023 that Megan Benoit had an Instagram account. The now 26-year-old shared a few pictures of her and her father. Beyond that, though, not much is known about Megan Benoit. In 2019, the wrestling world was hit hard by the sudden death of Ashley Massaro.
What? I didn't even know she passed away.
Massaro joined WWE in 2005 after winning the Diva Search competition. She spent about 3 years at the company, but left in 2008. The reason was so Ashley could care for her then 7-year-old daughter, Alexa, who was sick. Tragically, in May 2019, Massaro took her own life. In the wake of her mother's passing, a GoFundMe was set up for Alexa Massaro. The campaign raised $100,000 that went to Alexa Massaro's education. As of right now, Ashley Massaro's daughter is currently a student in Smithtown, New York. While Alexa hasn't given any hints that she wants to become a wrestler, she has done some work as a model, which is what her mother did as well. Owen Hart's death was one of the most sensational in wrestling history due to it happening during a live broadcast. Hart was meant to make a superhero-like entrance by being lowered from the rafters of the arena and into the ring. However, there was a malfunction and Owen fell to his death. He left behind a wife and 2 kids, a 7-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter. In the aftermath, Owen Hart's children were each given $3 million in a settlement. Owen's son, Oj, is now 31 years old in 2023. He's currently attending a school in London, studying to get his PhD in human rights law. Owen Hart is also an artist, guitarist, and world traveler. Owen's daughter, Athena, turned 28 in 2023. In 2016, she graduated with a degree in journalism and also obtained licenses in nutrition and personal training. Oj and Athena have not been involved with wrestling in any capacity, which is understandable. That was until 2022, when Owen Hart's children, as well as his wife, were in attendance for AEW Dynamite, who had begun hosting the Owen Hart Cup tournament in 2021. The news of Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee's death, was very sudden and very sad. The former Wyatt family member passed away due to a rare condition called idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, which causes lung tissues to thicken and unable to function. At the time of his passing, Harper had 2 sons, 8-year-old Brody and 3-year-old Nolan. Nolan will be turning 6 in December 2023, and in August 2023, the son of the backwoods brawler started kindergarten. Nolan is hoping to become a video game programmer, while his older brother Brody is already following in his dad's footsteps. In the aftermath of Brody Lee's passing, the oldest son, Brody Lee Jr., made his AEW debut. He soon joined his father's faction, the Dark Order, and started being called -1. AEW even signed Luke Harper's son to a contract that'll become valid on January 17th, 2030, his 18th birthday. That is, of course, if -1 decides he wants to pursue a career in wrestling. Even though
that is crazy. Like, that whole story just then just made me sad. Like, I'm trying so hard right now not to tear up, because that was very sad. Like, that was literally very sad. Rest in peace, Brody Lee, man. And the videos that he had of him playing with his kids didn't make it any better for me. So it just made me, like, very upset. That is very sad. Like, I don't even really know what to say right now. That is very sad.
Though he had been retired for years, the Ultimate Warrior's death was still shocking for many. The reason was that Warrior had just made his return to Monday Night Raw the day before his death. Making it even more tragic was that Warrior's wife became a widow and his 2 daughters were left without a father. Warrior's oldest child, Indiana, will be turning 23 years old in 2023, while his youngest, Madigan, will be 21. While both haven't stepped inside the ropes yet, Indiana did get into the highly competitive Colburn School as a ballet student. Currently, Indiana attends the University of Texas at Austin, where she is majoring in youth and community studies while also working as a professional caregiver. The Ultimate Warrior's youngest daughter, Madigan, is pretty private about her life, but it's assumed she's in school as well. Shad Gaspard's death was both tragic.
Oh, this one sucks too, man. Oh, why did I watch this video? Well, we're already halfway done, so I guess we'll finish. But this one's very sad too.
And heartwarming. In May 2020, the former WWE wrestler and his son were swimming at Venice Beach in Los Angeles when they got caught in a strong rip current. Lifeguards came to help them, but Gaspard told the guards to save his son first. While Gaspard's 10-year-old son, Aryeh, got to safety, Shad was swept away and ultimately died. Gaspard's son is now 13 years old and keeps people posted through his Instagram account. Even though he's still in middle school, Aryeh is already in the gym and lifting weights. It's possible we'll see Aryeh Gaspard inside a wrestling ring, but it appears his love is for football and basketball. Either way, it looks like Aryeh is making his dad proud and doing what he loves. Crash Holly died only about 4 months after he got released from his WWE contract. After a roughly 5-year-long career with the company, Holly was let go in June 2003. In November of that year, Holly took his own life at the young age of 32 after receiving divorce papers from his wife. Crash left behind an 8-year-old daughter named Patty, but luckily she was taken care of. Crash's storyline cousin, Molly Holly, helped raise funds for Patty's education.
I know about Molly Holly. I never heard of this guy though.
As of today, Crash Holly's daughter lives in Santa Clara, California, where she's working on getting her GED and currently works as an assistant manager at Little Caesars. Brian Pillman blurred the lines between fiction and real life so much that when he died, some people didn't believe it at first. The loose cannon passed away alone in his hotel room at the age of 35 on the day of a WWE pay-per-view. Pillman had 6 children, 2 stepkids and 4 biological, and unfortunately, they were not well cared for. His daughter Brittany and only son Brian Pillman Jr. were physically abused by their mother's new husband, and at times didn't know where their next meal was coming from. Tragedy struck the Pillman family once again when Brian Pillman's stepdaughter Alexis passed away younger than her father. When she was in her mid-20s, Alexis wanted to get into wrestling and began training. She started working as a valet and manager and even got an opportunity to work at a TNA Impact Wrestling show. However, Alexis's life came to an abrupt end before her career could take off. In November 2009, Alexis was involved in a fatal car crash and she died at just 26 years old. There is good news though. Both Brittany and Brian Pillman Jr. are doing much better. Brittany graduated from college in 2016 and now runs her own clothing store called Ash Haven Co. in Edgewood, Kentucky. She's also married and has a 2-year-old son. Brittany has even attended wrestling shows to support her brother. At the age of 23, Brian Pillman Jr. laced up his boots and began training. He quickly made a name for himself and within a few years joined AEW. In July 2023, the second generation wrestler's contract expired and soon joined WWE. He's currently performing at NXT under the name Lexus King.
Really? Is he still active? Someone let me know in the comments right now. Like, is he still active? I don't really pay too much attention to NXT. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Miles from where Brian Pillman died, another wrestler would die young. Eddie Guerrero's passing in 2005 hit the wrestling world hard, but it hit his family even harder. Eddie left his wife, Vicky Guerrero, as well as 3 daughters. Latino Heat's oldest, Shad Guerrero, got into the family business and wrestled for WWE. In 2010, Shaw signed a contract with WWE and started training at their development system, FCW, which later became NXT. She wrestled under the name Raquel Diaz, but her career was short-lived. She ultimately left WWE in 2014 due to an eating disorder. Thankfully, she recovered, and in 2016, Shaw got married to WWE wrestler Aiden English. While she isn't an active competitor right now, Shaw is still involved in wrestling, doing ring announcing and commentating for a number of companies, including AEW. Shaw is 33 years old as of 2023 and currently lives in Chicago. She has spent the past several years working as a burlesque dancer. Eddie Guerrero's second oldest child, Sherilyn Guerrero, didn't become a wrestler, but does tell stories in her own way. The 28-year-old currently lives in Houston, Texas, where she works as a client coordinator at the medical aesthetics provider Ideal Image, as well as a freelance photographer and artist. Additionally, Sherilyn is a content creator, posting videos to TikTok and her photography to Instagram. Sadly, Sherilyn is not on good terms with her mother, Vicky, and her sister. In April 2023, Sherilyn posted a video to TikTok where she said she got assaulted by her stepfather in early 2020. According to Sherilyn, both her mom, Vicky Guerrero, and her sister, Shaw, blocked her from their phones. Sherilyn added that Vicky basically sided with her husband. After Sherilyn posted the video, Vicky responded by saying her daughter was a hostile, narcissistic person, among other accusations. Eddie Guerrero also had a 3rd child from a different relationship. Kaylee Guerrero wasn't even 4 years old when her father passed away. Despite that, Kaylee was accepted by Vicky as part of her family. The now 21-year-old is a special effects makeup artist for film and seems to have a specialty for horror. It's also worth mentioning that Santino Marella has a daughter in WWE right now. To see her, watch.
Come on, tap out, bro. How you gonna go from all these people that passed away, and then you gonna go to? Cause we all know Santino's still here. So why did you end the video like that, bro? See, that's why tap out be making me upset sometimes, bro. Cause sometimes he don't be making sense. But look, like I said before, first time coming across channel, make sure I hit thumbs up. Make sure y'all subscribe. We're almost at 5K, so let's keep going crazy. I appreciate y'all. But hey, like the video, subscribe if you're new. It's your boy D-Riv, man. I'm out.